I also noticed that sometimes when you have a super match, you come out of the super match much more unsketched or unscathed, or how do you like less
Uh-huh.
damaged
Uh-huh.
than through a tournament, because sometimes you're the first guy in a tournament and somebody has to wait a couple of rounds, has a quick fast match, pins the guy,
Uh-huh.
is completely fresh. He's feeling really fresh, and you had a massive war with a guy in a hook,
Uh-huh.
and then you face that guy. So it's differently leveled. So would you also say that pinning somebody in a tournament, you can't really say, oh, I'm better than this arm wrestler in a tournament wise. You really need a super match to decide that, right?
Well, most of the
Or
time, I think like if you're consistently beating someone, like I beat you like in
mm,
last 5 tournaments. Oh well, I'm way better, right?
yeah.
But there will be guys that are just really good at tournaments, not so great at the super matches. They're just it is
Mm.
just the thing, right? Uh, I still think like everyone's on equal footing at tournaments at the beginning, and everyone has their own choices. Like you can take the damage if you want to. You can. You're in a bad position. You choose to fight. That's on you,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
You choose to fight, and that's on you.
You have to live with the consequences.
Yeah,
All right, moving on. I was also wondering, that even as a coach, how because you're a coach and a competitor, how do you still continue and to learn in this sport? Like, who are the people you look up to? Where do you get your new information from? Like, how do you? Yeah.
that's a good question. Very good question. I think like I'm very I'm in a good position where I meet all these high level athletes and I can pick their brain if I
Hmm.
need to. I kind of have them all on speed dial and I'm friends with most of them. So I can just, we can talk about those things. They will ask my advice. I will ask their advice. And we could, because most of the time, I will, like, like, I was in the gym hour ago. So in
Mm.
like every time that I do something, Tina sees me and I'm there just like thinking about stuff. And most of the time I think about stuff and they might look good in my head, but I need to bring the idea to someone to challenge it. Right. So if I can talk about some other stuff like why would you do this? Why would you do this? What do you think about this? And then you kind of get the new perspective. I think it's perspectives that matters. We all
Mm.
kind of doing the same thing, but it's just different POV. Uh, of course, I
Yeah.
try to check out some new research on tendons, on muscle, and other stuff. I kind of get rid of not really focused on building muscle or muscle strength, more interested in building tendon strength and um,
Mm.
intramuscular coordination. Because I think that is the whole key of arm wrestling, how your muscles work in synergy. That there's guys that like whatever movement they do, they just do it perfectly. All the muscles work with each other, and that's perfect technique as it looks for us. So you get inspiration, you get some thoughts. Sometimes I'll look how someone pulls, and I'll be like, oh, like I just noticed something, and my mind was blown. I was in competition on Saturday, and right between the rounds, I was looking at some of the matches, and I was like I had like
Man.
epiphany about top roll, and I was like, oh damn, like because everyone executes things their own way, and you can just check it and you see it, and you're like, oh, that's what I'm not doing. That's what he's doing, right? Because you will think
Mm.
like we can take a look and do this like you try to mimic same move, right? But execution can be differently. Like think about like this. Let's say like the wrist, like the cupping, right? The cupping could be just I'm closing my hand like this. My wrist goes down. It
Mm.
also could be in my mind that I'm pulling everything inwards. Like it could be that I'm kind of pushing this there or I'm
Mhm.
pulling it down. And those are not two of the same things. So everyone
No.
kind of uses it differently. Most of the time, arm wrestlers, it's very hard for them to explain what exactly they're doing, and that's when you get like Mindaugas is a great example because he doesn't have sports physiology. He doesn't understand a lot of those things. He will explain how he feels those things, and then I'll be like, you know what you mean, and then like I can explain on more physical level exactly what he's doing there,
Mm.
what he's thinking about. Because he was like, I'm all tendons. I'm like, no, it's not just tendons. Tendons don't do that much work. Your muscles super connected with each other, and that's, and there's
And then it's just a yeah, then it's just a lack of words to put into perspective what you're feeling. And if you have the vocabulary for specific words and knowledge
I think
about that, right?
more of understanding of the movement, because like
Uh,
sometimes, like I said, we all kind of do the same thing, and everyone explains it differently, right? But there's like for pushing and like let's say side pressure. There's multiple things that could mean, and it means different things to different people.
yeah.
Like same as back pressure, same as rising means different things to different. Pronation means different things to different people because different people achieve it differently through,
Mm,
like,
mm, mm.
in their mind. The connection is like, let's say one guy will, what he will do is like he will pronate with thinking that his thumb, he's doing rotation with his thumb. It's nothing else, it's just his thumb going down. The other guy actually pushes this part of his wrist up and achieves that. Another one uses cupping, pulling in to get this pronation done. So you see, it's very, very
Yeah.
different. And then you kind of
You're
have to
doing
understand
the same thing, but the
same thing.
intention is completely different.
Yes, yes.
The
And then
thought yeah, all right, that's interesting
let's
indeed.
say application through, right? Like if
Yeah.
I say like close your hand or pull your hand in, those are
Pull
not.
your hand down.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's what differs you from a coach, right? As a competitor and a coach, to be able to explain that well, what you're trying to say. Because if you say it the first way, I'm gonna, you say, yeah, close your hand, but you're actually meaning pull down your hand. I'm gonna do what I think
I
you're saying.
mean,
That's what I'm gonna do.
yeah, yeah. And
So
so
if
this
you can't convey it,
why
yeah,
when you kind of get beginners, they are clunky and robotic because they don't understand these
yeah,
things,
yeah,
and they understand very, superficially, like this is what it means, this is like, this is pronation, so they trying to do this, they just trying to rotate their
yeah,
arm, they kind of forget about other stuff.
and then they give up their wrist and
Give
do
up the
like
wrist,
this and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It just
But sometimes some people come across. I have a team member in my team. He's called Gijs. He's a 60-year-old kid, 16-year-old. And the first time he came down, I explained him the safety rules and how to top roll, and he did everything perfectly.
Mhm.
He did the dragging, the side dragging, the wrist containment, and the pronation, and he just squatted down, and it was perfect. And sometimes that also happens. It's
Yeah, yeah,
unique,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
does happen.
That's a diamond, right? I think it's a gift in arm wrestling, if you
Yeah.
really fastly understand what you do. And it like I encountered two types of people that are really good at catching up techniques. And one of them, like few of them, is they're really good at techniques and they're decently strong. So like they don't need that much strength. And then there's guys that are really
Hmm.
good at techniques, but they're weak. So for them,
Yeah.
then it like, okay, because I have I have few guys that are like technically they are so good. They're just weak. They're just physically weak. So they need to build that strength more than anything else because they achieve that level of, okay, technicality really fast, but
Hmm.
they need to build that strength.
All right.
I'm going to take notes too, just to make a point of this.